An odd one about having children. Now, we should go to our resident expert on that, shouldn't we? Is that Nick?
Apparently it's coming to me, but perfect. So couples having, I actually am a bit of an expert on this topic. So couples having children, purely academically, couples having children could become culturally unusual, warns Tory MP. And it's Miriam Cates, who has talked about this kind of thing. She's talking about it at ARC, actually, Alliance for Responsible Citizenship, Jordan Peterson's thing. I went to the event last year. But she's talking about how we could even end up in a situation where it's culturally unusual to have children, but we have to start talking about the solutions to the birth rate issue. So it's well known the birth rates are catastrophically
right? Is it
low.
really low at the moment?
Absolutely, it's 1.49 in Britain. It's terribly low. It needs to be more like 2.
Speak for yourself.
Well, that's
5.
it. Well, that's it. But actually,
5.0,
yes,
baby.
but if you look at the birth rate average of this panel, it's 1.67 because I checked. So it's still low.
You actually calculated that?
I calculated because I knew that would come up.
You don't know how many illegitimate children I have, Nick. You didn't even bother to research.
I didn't. I sort of prejudiciously assumed that you didn't have any. But,
wow, there we go.
But yeah, Josh has about 20.
Andrew experimented in his youth.
I counted your children, but I've got -1. So, all right, the point is, it is a massive issue, is the birth rate. And for a long time, our sort of leaders were obsessed with Malthusianism, and they thought we had too high a population. It's actually catastrophically low, doing very well in Israel, doing well in a few places, but terribly low in Korea, Japan, etc. England, Italy is very low.
But China, I mean, they had their one-child policy.
It's actually getting low in China, partly because of the catastrophic one-child policy. So it's low almost everywhere. And the idea, and Miriam Cates pointing out here that immigration doesn't completely work. That's only part of it. And actually immigration is a temporary fix because immigrants get old as well. They need to be looked after. And you've got a dependency issue. They start to have fewer kids longer they're in the country as well, or a wealthy country.
But isn't it the case that all wealthy countries end up experiencing this problem?
They do, and no one's solved it. But at least she's saying we need to start looking at how to solve it, because immigration is a temporary fix, and people get squeamish when you talk about solving it. I was at that debate, I think I've said before, with David Aronovich and Matt Goodwin, and David Aronovich was going, oh, he wants you to have more children, like it was a kind of a weird fetish on Matt's part. But it's like, we need to start seriously talking about it because it's almost the biggest issue we face.
Josh, you've done your bit.
I have done my bit.
So you don't have to worry about it.
And I did your bit.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I've done, my two of mine can cover your.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It sounded a bit more sinister than that.
She didn't say your name or anything.
So tell me, Josh.
No, it is a problem. In the future, the argument is that we're going to be begging. At the moment, we're trying to keep migrants out. Oh my God! In the future, the idea is that we're going to be begging migrants to be coming over to keep going this economic Ponzi scheme that we find ourselves in. And in terms of her saying that that's not the solution, it's not necessarily true. But because she's saying, oh well, countries are going to want their own youth, but it's that doesn't mean they're necessarily, just because they're going to lose out, doesn't mean we would lose out. But I think the solution is twofold. Number one is make it easier for families in terms of tax breaks. Tax breaks for me specifically would be good.
Yep.
Also, I just want to float this, Alco Pops. Bring them back.
Yes.
Teenage pregnancies
will be through the roof.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Nick, that's not a bad idea.
You also have to get rid of contraception as well, or it's not
ban contraception.
I don't even know what that word means.
And get rid of abortion. But you're right as well. Yeah, competition for immigrants is another thing that's actually going to happen as well, presumably. So yeah.
Okay. Well,